And we're back. Wait, that was a horrible start.
Wild.
Why do we always make these weird noises when we start off?
Guess we don't have a jingle.
Dude, you're never going to win this
One
argument.
day we're going to get a jingle for this podcast.
Today we're bringing in some new segments. We have a mail time, our first ever mail time. So, that's exciting.
M-A-I-L.
So stick around. Hey, yo. So stick around at the end of the pod for mail time. So that'll be fun. We have some packages from Bubblebee Industries. So
Come on.
that'll be exciting. All right, let's get into it. We have some topics that I drummed up today, and the first one hits a little hard. Oh, wait, before we get into that. Siri, the lens company?
Dude, you always say Siri. I swear it's Siru.
It might be. I thought it was like Siri.
Every time you say Siri, I'm like iPhone?
Hey, Siri. They've been forgiven.
No, they haven't.
Officially. Do you want to know why?
Sure.
So I broke a lens cap. I dropped it on the first 20 minutes of me shooting with the lens, and it fell in my pocket, dropped to the floor, shattered completely, never worked again.
Dang.
I reached out to them. At first, they were like, oh, sucks. Just put it back together. I was like, no, it's broken. It'll never be the same. The spring bent. And then a guy replied last week and was like, hey, sorry about that. We'll send you some. What's your address? Sent me 3.
What?
Let's go. So, Siri, you've been forgiven.
That's crazy.
And
you know what? That's way better because I ordered a Freebird I ordered a Monster from Freebirds the other day.
again,
Yeah.
you've already had this struggle once.
And they sent me a hybrid instead of a Freebird. And I paid for a Freebird, like the bigger size. Or no, sorry, they sent me a Freebird instead of a Monster.
None of these words are in the Bible. I don't know what any of that means.
They're like, it's like, have you been to Freebirds?
No.
It's like what they call the burritos.
Oh, not
So like there's a Freebird, it's like a normal burrito, and then a Monster is a big burrito. I ordered a Monster, and they sent me like a Freebird. And like I messaged them online, and I was like, hey, like you gave me the wrong order. Ghosted me. Never responded.
That's why you call the manager at the store.
Well, it was DoorDash, so I didn't know.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay, regardless. Okay, second topic. Also, Siri, you keep dropping lenses on Kickstarter. Just send it to us. We'll review it on the podcast because I'm a big fan of these ones that we've been shooting on. Okay, our podcast topic today, how to know if you're just bad at what you do.
It's anything.
No, photography.
Like photography is one, but this kind of is across the board. Like
This is true. How do you know if you stink at what you're passionate at?
because
And
a lot
the
of
answer
times the people closest to you won't tell you.
Exactly. And the answer for photography is you are bad. No matter what you think, you are bad at photography.
What are you talking
Yes,
about?
I'm dead serious.
This is bullcrap.
I really mean it. Like, no matter how good you think you are, you're going to look back and be like, dang, I was horrible. Which means you stink.
I don't know about that.
You
You
don't
think-
agree? You don't
No.
agree that a month or two down the line from right now, you're going to be like,
You'll
dang,
be
I was
better,
terrible?
but I don't think I was terrible.
Really?
You think Peter McKinnon looks at like his Red Bull shot and he's like, I was terrible. No, he's probably better now.
Okay, but what do you do? Respectfully, if you were working alongside someone and they were bad at their job, how would you handle it? Because most people aren't going to tell you that you're bad.
Well, actually, it is really hard in a professional setting, which you know because we're both working like full-time jobs at actual companies as well as doing like freelance.
With HR departments.
And there's like things you can and can't say, like
Right.
especially if there's a boss above you.
Like someone today was like, oh, well, you should just like call them out on it. And I was like, no, but this would be a world-ending call out.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's impossible.
I think it is hard. I will say after going to college and living with my roommates, like if someone was bad, like we would tell, like you know, they knew they were bad and they didn't hear the end of it.
At what? Like music?
Like living, yeah, whether it's music, photography.
Dang. And like you just told them all the time, you're like, wow, this is horrible.
Yeah, but that's how it is. Like we like literally so I lived in a house in college. There's 6 of us in the house. All 6 of us are musicians, and so like if someone made a bad song, we were like, that's, and like even though they thought it was great, we'd be like,
That was bad.
that was horrendous.
Which
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's a lot of times that happened.
I think that's good, but at the same time, it's like, what do you do with those people that you can't do it? Like, how do you give criticism to someone who can't take criticism? Because we all know, everyone who's listening to this podcast who went to art school knows that there's one person in your class always who can't take the criticism, and they'll give you excuses on why they did it. And the most embarrassing thing that you can ever do in an art class or in any professional setting is be like, oh, hey, by the way, one note on next time if you want to do this, do this. And they're like, oh, no, I did that as a creative choice. And you're just like, wow. That wasn't in your head. You're like, that was an awful creative choice. Yeah. You know, like if someone breaks a rule that's like, oh, you didn't break it good enough. You know, like there's some rules. Like once you know the rules, you can break the rules. And some people think they know the rules, but you have to prove that you know them in the midst of breaking them. And I just feel like I always am going to think I'm horrible at photo and video. I'm never going to be like, oh, I'm good.
Maybe. Our short film is going to be great. I've started working on it.
See, I just don't think so.
No, so I think I'm going to buy the Amaran 300C and the Spotlight feature.
As
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because that'll be that on steroids.
Good. We need that because that one's 10 watts.
Because we can put it outside the window.
Oh, good.
Basically, so I've started writing our short film, and the first scene that I want to film, it's an opening scene. So it's about a musician. I'm not going to give the storyline away. I'm just going to give an opening scene.
I don't even know the storyline, so.
So the entire short film takes place in his home studio. So like we don't leave the room, and then like there's flashbacks to him like performing on stage. But like the entire story takes place in the studio, so we don't change locations.
Right.
But the first scene is like I want the moonlights taking place at night, coming through the window, like dusty. We're gonna have this smoke ninja going. The beams of light coming through, and I ordered like these fake cigarettes, like the acting ones, because I want like the smoke coming up through the light beams.
Right. I just feel like an important thing when it gets into short films is like we don't know the rules yet on a short film. Like this is our first ever short film, so we have to be really careful. And I think a thing that people bump into a lot, and by people I mean we're going to bump into this, is using unmotivated effects.
100%.
Which is a big thing that I see a lot in younger sports videographers right now and photographers, just overuse of effects. And we've talked about this like in the photo world, like with Luke editing out everything but reds, or like me cranking the clarity as a freshman in high school and like thinking I was so awesome for doing that. There's a limit to it, and I feel like everything has to be motivated. Like we're setting up this light in the background, and we're just playing with our lights a lot because we are blessed to have a lot of decent lights. And I'm not saying we're good at it, but we're learning through it, which is awesome. And we were setting up this light in the back, and it has an attachment for a window feature. And I was like, Luke was like, oh, well, if we put it on this side, it'll be brighter. I was like, no, but those windows are in the shot. They're clearly closed, and there's clearly nothing coming through them. Now we have these windows on this side, and they're open, and there's a street lamp outside. So, and it's the same color as the light that we were going to put it on. So naturally that makes sense. And I feel like it's going to be a really dangerous scenario. And I feel like we almost need to bring someone on the shoot whose entire job is just to be like, oh, hey, that's unmotivated. Like 100%. That light is unmotivated. Because with these practicals that we have in the back here, like that lamp, obviously practicals have their own motivation. So it's perfect. But we have to be really careful because like with these, am I just super bright? I can't really tell.
I think you're the same as me.
Okay, we chilling then. We have to be super careful because with unmotivated stuff, you just look like a noob.
100%. And well, I would say I've started studying short films a lot, and I've probably watched like dozens over the past couple of days. And I will there's a couple of cliches that I noticed that I will never have.
Alarm clocks.
That was my number one, dude. And like, okay, so I was watching this one short film, and I'm gonna say like, if you kind of like you were saying unmotivated things, like if you're going to do an effect, don't like half go for it.
Yeah.
So
what do you mean by that?
It was supposed to be an alarm clock, right?
Right.
So like waking up shot, hits the iPhone, turns it off. And instead of like setting an alarm for the time that he wanted to, like changing the time in his phone, he put it as a timer. So I was like, it literally says timer on the phone, and I was like, maybe no one else caught that, but I was like, that's so lazy. Like,
yeah, that's true. And like that's where you get into the world of like continuity editors and script supervisors, and that is such a needed position. I feel like as young people, like we're two knuckleheads. We know nothing. And that's something that we can overlook and be like, oh well, we don't need a script supervisor. But then when we get into the edit, we're like, are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to reshoot this entire scene because I messed up. Like literally the other day, I was shooting an interview. There were clocks in the background, and I was being really anal about it because I was like, guys, like we have to cover up those clocks or figure out a way. And about the second or third time I said it, I was saying it nicely, but I was being pretty direct. And about the second or third time I said it, people finally caught on like, oh, like this is important to him, because when it goes to the editor, like who knows what they're going to cut around, because I was shooting 3 different people for 3 different interviews. So like he's probably going to splice between the 3. And bro, big giveaway if in the back the clock is just shifting.
Yeah.
And so I was like, guys, we really got to cover up that clock. And they did, and they were super nice about it and super helpful. But it's on those one man, like I was the only person on that shoot. And there was the director of media standing with me, and I was trying to get him to like give some more input, and he was just like, dude, you've got it. And that gave me a lot of confidence, because I mean, dude's profesh.
Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing. He's extremely intelligent in a lot of things. And so like him saying that, I was like, I don't really got it, but because you say I got it, I mean, I'm going to figure out how to do it myself. And I think that's part of being 21.
I will say, like, that's one of the things, like, as I started looking into how we're going to do this short film, I've realized how many people it's actually going to take.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to have, like, low-key, like, people that are willing to be crew, like, who's going to hold my boom mic, who's going to hold, like, run tech for us.
Yeah.
And, like, because I'm taking the role of director, you're going to be director of photography. So I'm literally planning on just having my monitor and, like, seeing what you're seeing on your camera on my monitor, so I can just call shots.
Right.
But then, like,
because we need first camera, second camera, first assistant camera, second assistant camera, script supervisor, sound guy, a gaffer, and that's minimum. Yeah. And we need someone to just be looking. Like, we just need someone on set who's just looking.
Like, we're gonna have to pull into, like, our bag of. I have a couple of people in mind.
Yeah. I mean, I know people, like, I know somebody who's interested in being a script supervisor who's in school right now.
Nice.
Who wants to do it. And so I'm like, dude, we'll bring him on, because at the end of the day, anyone can do anything if they take it extremely seriously. And like working as a team is incredibly important. It's something that I haven't really gotten to do much in my career, and I feel like a short film is just gonna be so humbling in the fact of like, oh, I'm trash at running this team.
It's gonna be so. I'm low-key scared for like the I think I'm gonna have like multiple editors on this, because I don't want to edit it by myself.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably be one of the main editors, especially in terms of like coloring. Yeah. Like I'm definitely gonna
100%.
have to,
and like especially
coloring.
Like with lights, like because I'm lights are gonna be a huge factor in this film.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be so pretty. But so yeah, looking into short films, it's been an experience. But
you know who's got their lighting down right now? I'm gonna keep harping on it. Severance. I have never seen.
I need to watch it.
I have never seen someone nail sterile cinematic lighting ever in my entire life in a way that creates depth of field, but at the same time has everything pretty much evenly lit. It is incredibly impressive, especially the hallway scenes. They just perfectly fit each light fixture in a way where it leaves this nice arch in between each light, like a down light and then another down light, and in between there's just a nice round cutoff that's perfectly equal. And it's extremely subtle. Like, you really have to be looking for that stuff, and you have to be a huge nerd. But just looking at the behind-the-scenes photos of that, like, that's what's so daunting for me about shooting a short film. We're on, like number 20.
Dude, you know, that's my question for you. Yeah. Is why do you think, like, you've never filmed a short film before?
I'm scared. I'm lazy.
That's
and, I wrote my first one the other day, and it's so good of a story, not a good script. It's not a good script. It's a good story in terms of an idea that I don't want to sell it short, you know? Like, I feel like I'm so stuck.
So I've been writing a book, right? And my original idea is like, oh, I should do a short film based on that. I'm like, no, like, I don't want to ruin. So, like, I have so many ideas, I feel like, all the time that I'm scared to start them because I don't want to ruin it or to not live up to what's in my head.
Right.
And so for writing this short film, I literally started with something that I never thought of before, and I was like, because I don't want to ruin any ideas I already have. And I know my first short film probably isn't going to be, I don't want to say that it's going to be good, but like looking back at it in 5 years, like we were saying, it's not. We're going to look back and be like, oh, really?
And showing it to people is going to arguably be embarrassing. Yeah. Like in a way, like every time I send a video to someone for my portfolio, there's a tad part of me that's like, dang, like I kind of want to send them a note that's like with a list of excuses, you know? Yeah. And I think that's a sign of improvement. I don't really think that's a bad thing. And that, granted, that is the entire point of a demo reel. And yes, I'm working on a demo reel so that I'm not embarrassed when I have to send my work to clients and be like, oh, here, blah, 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 whatever. But I just feel like when it comes to video, there's so many variables that you can never really be like, dang, I nailed that, especially when it comes to time constraints. Now, photos,
Yeah.
I think that's a whole different animal. Like what you were saying about Peter McKinnon's Red Bull photos, like that's a static piece of time that has limited variables. Like as many variables as that shoot had
Millions.
on the day of, in terms of editing, not a lot of variables.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to video, you times that times 100 billion.
Dude, and like you don't realize when you get into video how much actually goes into a video. Like, even if you just like focus on one part of it. I saw a quote today, and it said, I don't know who said this. Maybe it's Mr. Beast, but he said,
to quote the great philosopher, Mr. Beast.
To quote the great philosopher, he said, just start making videos. He's like, in every video you make, choose one aspect of it to make 1% better. So whether that's audio, he's like, and keep doing that until you get it. Like, you know what? This is okay. And now
that's a really good point, because I feel like we've been focusing way too heavy on only making our lighting better, and I feel like in terms of composition and sound, we can still go a long way.
But don't you think that's good? Like that we kind of are doing that, where we're doing like, okay, lighting's getting slightly better every episode, except last episode.
Last episode, I'm sorry.
But then it's like once we finally perfect it, then it's like, all right, well, let's focus on audio now.
I don't think you can ever perfect lighting though.
But like you get enough reps under your belt so that it's like second nature.
Right. Which there's so many things right now to me that aren't second nature that I wish were second nature.
I realized that there's more of that than I thought I had.
Yeah, which is a nice feeling, because sometimes you get to a point where you're like, oh, is there really anything new to learn? Because maybe you've been doing photos for so long, and then you're like, dang, I'm actually an idiot, and there's a lot to do. And that's something that I bumped into when I had to EQ some stuff because the room was different.
I was genuinely shocked whenever people in the comment section were saying, photographers were saying that they genuinely have no interest in doing videos.
Like any.
And like what shocked me is because I think for me and my personality, like I'm not just like photography, yes, is my main source of creativity right now.
Right.
But it's not like
wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like that's what gave me my presence on Instagram. That's like kind of what sparked like my creative journey. Mm-hmm. But that's in no way in my mind my finish line. Like
right.
I would like music to me is just as important, if not more. Video to me is just as important, if not more. Writing to me, and like there's so many other different avenues that I literally have to create because my body's like compelling me to.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't just like I take photos and be content with the rest of my life. I don't know if that makes sense. Like my body. Like do you think?
No.
Like
yeah,
do you have an urge to create like that or no?
Yeah, I think when it comes to video, mainly I have more of that. Like photos, I think my issue is I've kind of hit a roadblock on photos because I've been shooting a lot of the same things for so long. Now, when it comes to weddings, like when I have those opportunities but even concerts, I'm starting to dry up in terms of like angles and.
See, I've been shooting concerts for years and I never get tired. I love it. But it's also because of my love for music. Like it's just like whenever I shoot a concert, I'm literally like I literally feel more alive. Like
weddings, I feel that way because every single wedding, people orient their bodies in a different way, and it's extremely interesting to watch, like how a group of friends structures themselves around the bride and groom or each other. Like watching groomsmen and bridesmaids, like circle, like watching 8 best friends live their lives is an extremely interesting concept to me. 2
best friends get married.
Exactly. Yeah. I've never seen 2 pretty best friends. But yeah, I mean that's why like weddings are so interesting to me, cuz like with concerts, you're just so stuck to that 180 rule that it's like kind of hurts a little bit.
Kind of though. I don't know, it depends. It really depends on the venue and the artist. Like
that's true.
I've never been like I shot dozens. I don't think I got maybe 100. Yeah, concerts now.
Yeah, you've probably shot 100.
And I've never had one that felt the same. Like there's always something different. Like sometimes they suck and I'm playing Clash Royale on my phone, but like other times I'm just like I literally can't like take my eyes away. You know.
That's fair. Did you go to Faye Webster?
No,
dude,
it fell at that. And then tomorrow I'm supposed to have Blige and Neo's opening, and I can't go because I have merge.
I don't know either of those people. I'm gonna be real.
Neo?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Nino. I don't.
Guys, all you guys, y'all know. I know y'all know. From the Matrix.
Oh, Neo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know him. I thought you meant like Neo. Yeah. Well, we don't need to play it. We're gonna get copyright. Dude,
Copyright.
we're gonna get.
That was less than 3
DMCA.
seconds.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like since there's so much to learn, it's a little bit daunting. Today, bro, I cracked some video effects today.
Come on.
And I realized I was always kind of under the impression that render times were being exaggerated.
No. So bad, dude.
Figured that out today.
So bad.
That is not a lie.
No.
It was a minute and 15-second video. Just the encoding took about an hour.
Dude, okay, so I did
and I sent it to Media Encoder, and my fans were on max. So there was no bottlenecking going on.
I still remember, like, the first, like, I think it was like a 30-minute horrible short film. Not a short film. 30-minute film I made in high school for a class. Mr. Merriman, you know this. My film about aviation. Guess what my total render time was on that?
17 hours.
It was like, yeah, it was something like 18 hours. And like, I literally, like, I didn't realize it was going to take that long. It was like an hour before the due date, an hour before I had to turn it in on time. And I was like, oh, I'm chilling. Finished it, hit the export button, and I see the estimated time. And I was like, oh, I'm cooked.
Yeah. I've done exports right up to the window, but the longest export I think I've had was like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But usually my export times are about 40 to 50 minutes, which, if you know anything about VFX, is nothing.
Yeah.
Because VFX artists, they can
gosh.
be rendering for like
Can
a
you
week,
imagine like
week.
rendering like a short like Lego movie?
Yeah.
It
No.
would take forever.
Impossible.
Maybe a year.
I've never. This is how dumb of a person I am, and why I actually think I'm horrible at my job. Is I have never seen the red bar in Premiere at the top of the line.
Really?
It's always been yellow. And granted, I work on really, really nice high-end computers, but not super high-end. Like they're Apple, but it's like the highest Mac you can get.
I would say that was the one nice thing about my work. I say nice because I hate Windows, but they got me like the really nice editing Windows computer, which is my render speed is like still long but great.
Yeah.
But like Windows commands, dude. Holy cow.
Dude. I'm on the M4 Max right now, so like I have nothing to complain about. Because the thing has like, I think like 35 gigabytes of RAM, but bro.
I need to address this.
What?
Okay. For all of you video editors that edit on Windows
I don't
instead
know
of Mac, are you insane? Because
how do you live without AirDrop?
Mac commands are so nice. Like my hotkeys are so nice.
Wait, which hotkeys? The toolbar?
Yeah. And like C and like I can put in V, I can put everything together so fast. On Windows, I'm like, I hate it. And I know like basic commands on Windows, so like maybe I'm just like it's a lack of skill and me not wanting to learn the commands. But like I love Mac so much, and oh my gosh! And also, hot take for the video editors, I love trackpads.
Oh, me too,
and
dude.
Like, most video editors
do
a mouse.
Well, no. I do mouse on this side, trackpad on this side. So I zoom in and out of my my timeline with this hand, and then mouse on this hand.
Dude, because you know what I
amazing.
did? Because I use an Apple Magic trackpad, so I like 1 finger, 2 fingers, 4 fingers, and I have each one programmed to a different command, like cut, paste, drag, whatever I want to do. So it's like it's so nice.
Wait, that's actually smart.
And then everyone's over here like with their little mice. Like I guess the mice you can probably do more with.
The mice, or the mouse, I'm fast.
Yeah.
Like with I have my setup is Magic trackpad, mechanical keyboard, and then Magic mouse, dude. I'm a machine with that thing because I have 3 monitors. I have one that I throw. Well, it kind of depends. I have my main monitor here that like has my program window, and then usually I put my effects over here, and then my timeline somewhere in the middle, and then down at the bottom I'll have like my bends and stuff. And dude, when I tell you the speed at which I can do things on that computer, insane.
Can we also talk about what a game changer it is when you have a double monitor setup?
I am about to have to edit for 25 hours for this live stream event. I'm doing like their clip selecting and stuff. And I don't think I'm going to have a monitor, and I might pee my pants. I also won't have a keyboard and mouse. I think I'll be editing on a laptop trackpad.
Yeah, that's how we all started.
Like, that is how I started. I edited like that for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, I've only ever started working on, like, a monitor this year.
Yeah.
Which is kind of grim. Yeah. But, oh well. We live and we learn. And was I cracked back then? Kind of.
Low-key trackpad editors. I mean, there's
Like,
something to be said.
Yeah, there is something to be said. But if you edit on a Windows machine, please comment down below what your specs are, because Apple Silicon is coming for your head.
The M chip.
You don't even have one. You don't even know. You don't even. Bro's on an Intel i9, wondering why his Adobe.
My 2019 MacBook Pro, and it's barely working, but she's working.
He's wondering why his Adobe keeps crashing.
This is what my Mac sounds like when I'm editing Premiere.
I will say I do. I'm gonna have to change the audio normalization levels because of that. Because I have the Pro thing and it's like the biggest fans ever. I just leave I have the Mac fan control app on my computer. I just turn it to max all day. People come by my desk and they're like, "Dude, why are you taking off?" Like today, a media guy came over and was like, he was like trying to like not be blown away by my computer.
Dude, so I edit on the G-Raid, like 8 double terabyte mirrored drives, and then like a big PC. And whenever that thing's like, whenever I put something in like a big media encoder, it literally sounds like a plane is taking off. Like my entire office is so loud.
Whenever I load my external, or not external, they're internal hard drives in an external bay. I don't know if this is bad, but they're like,
Dude.
they're not like making any malicious clicking sounds like they're gonna fail, but at the same time,
one of the only
suspicious
ways you can break like an SSD is dropping it.
That's it. You mean a hard drive?
Yeah, hard drive.
Oh yeah, hard drive. You drop that thing, it's done.
So I dropped one of my most valuable hard drives the other day, and I was like horrified. I was literally like, I've lost my whole life.
I literally travel with mine in Pelican cases. I don't even put them in my backpack.
So I was an idiot, and I was editing at my desk, and I guess somehow I bumped it, and it literally I just saw I saw it fall in slow motion, and like you see the cord disconnect, and you're just like reaching for it, and then you like pick it up, and you're like, do I plug it back in, or like what's gonna happen? You're just like, do
I start mourning now or no? Yeah, that's horrifying. I feel like as a society we need to normalize
bolt them to the desk or something.
Well, SSD worm storage, or I don't know if that's stupid. All you like storage nerds in the comments, let me know. But I just need more options in terms of an SSD that has a lower read and write speed, because I just feel so unsafe backing my stuff up permanently to hard drives. And I do follow all the 3-2-1 rules, and like I have 3 copies of everything. But at the same time, like I wish they'd just I know they came out with a DVD that can hold like 200 petabytes or something.
Yeah.
So send that my way, because
that'd be huge.
I need that.
I need mine now. Literally, like every concert photo I've ever taken is all on one hard drive. I need to like probably mirror it.
Yeah, dude. I will mirror it for you. Yeah. Like actually, like give me your drive and I will copy it over, because the amount of stuff you have on there, like if people went through your hard drive and saw the artists that you have on there and they weren't a concert photographer, they'd probably cry, because the way that you're so like you don't care about your storage stuff.
It's so bad.
Compared to like someone who's dreaming of even getting into a venue, it's malicious.
That's valid.
I must say.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I mean, I have it organized, and what's killing me is it's not organized by date, but all the photos are like timestamped, so it's fine. I could go back and do it later.
That's horrifying, because knowing you, the date on your camera is wrong. I just know it.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, diabolical.
I'm sure
it's probably like 1980.
Also, if I ever really wanted to date it, I could also just go back through my emails and see when everything was, but that would be annoying.
That's true. That's kind of how I use Instagram, is whenever someone asks me to pull back up a project file and I don't know what it is, I go back to their Instagram and I'm like, oh, look, we posted on this date. It's got to be in February or whatever. And then I go back to February.
When you like deliver a gallery to a client, how on average, like how long do you leave it like in the cloud before you delete it?
Forever? No. Well, kind of depends on what it is. Some clients like females, like women clients, I'll have to leave it forever because they don't download the whole thing.
Dude,
and they leave it in the cloud.
I tell clients every time, I'm like, literally, download, even if you don't like them all, download every photo, because it won't be there in like a year. Like,
yeah. I mean, I hope they don't watch this podcast, but I literally had a client like a month ago. It had been 4 months since or 6 months now, since I did their shoot. And I mean, if you're are you kidding me? The movie recording stopped.
Oh, how long do we make it?
We'll get back to this. We want to take a minute to thank today's sponsor, TerraTurf. For over 25 years, TerraTurf has been reshaping outdoor environments into breathtaking landscapes that enhance your property's value and elevate its curb appeal. We proudly serve commercial and residential clients throughout North Texas, offering exceptional lawn care, professional landscaping, including drought-resistant designs and native plant installations, and festive Christmas light installations, all customized to meet the unique needs of each property. Landscaping can increase your property value by up to 15%. Why choose TerraTurf? TerraTurf is fully licensed and insured. You can have peace of mind knowing our team will deliver safe, reliable results every single time. We pride ourselves on clear and responsive communication from start to finish. We keep you informed and ensure your needs are always heard. Our team is known for its trustworthiness and dependability. You can count on us to show up on time, deliver on our promises, and treat your landscape with the utmost care. With over 25 years of experience, our skilled team emphasizes not only the aesthetics of your landscape, but also its overall health and vitality. Our mission is to foster long-lasting relationships with our clients in the community and to exceed expectations in every project. Whether you're a homeowner aiming to enhance your residential landscape or a business in need of professional lawn care, TerraTurf is your go-to choice. Let us help you create an award-winning outdoor space that you'll be proud to showcase and that creates a welcoming environment for your visitors. Contact us today at 972-424-8873 for a free consultation, and let's discuss your landscaping vision. Visit our website at terraturf.com to view our portfolio.
We're going to buy...
We're not even going, dude.
Oh.
Now we're going.
I was just saying that I'm about to buy the Amaran 300C with the Spotlight 36E.
What were we even talking about before this when we got cut off?
I don't know. It was a really good point, though.
Yeah, it was. Dang it.
We were popping.
Do we want to do mail time?
Yeah, do it now.
Okay, let's do mail time now. All right. Let's see. I got my knife.
I actually don't know really anything about what we're about to open.
Yeah, it's exciting. Let's see.
Wait,
Oh,
did the guy with the wood stuff ever get back to us?
he's working on it, I think.
Clutch.
I don't know about it though. Okay, this is from Bubblebee Industries. Here, do you want to hold my mic and I talk?
Yeah.
Here. Ta-da. Okay. Wow. So they sent us Bubble in the Wild,
Clean.
which is sick. So they sent us 2 of each sticker, so we can each have one.
That's so clean.
Wait, I should show this to the camera. I'm stupid. You can't really see it.
Nope.
You can't really see it, but they're sick. Thank you, Bubble.
Very cool.
Maybe we'll take photos and put all of them. I might edit all of them in. So that,
We have longer for this one.
okay, cool. Now, I actually haven't seen any of these products because I want to save it for the podcast. This is, dude, this is actually sick. Check it out. It's for a shotgun mic that I have.
Is that what we're going to use for the short film?
Yeah. And then this.
That is so nice.
They set us up. So, and look, like a whole bag.
That's incredible.
And they sent it. Wait, that's my mic. They sent us a thank you card. And here, wait, why don't you hold your mic too?
Yeah, I'm literally going to be using these every day.
All right. So this is the same thing. So one for you as well.
Clean.
But you don't have that mic yet, so you might need to get it.
Catch me ordering it tonight.
It's $300.
Tomorrow.
Then they sent us this Wind Killer SE for my Zoom recorder. They didn't send you one because you don't have one.
It's fine.
Whoa. Oh. Bubblebee, you outdid yourself, bro.
That's so... Let me see. That is amazing.
Dude. And a bag for it with another thank you note.
So clean.
Jeez. So this goes on the mics that we use to film the podcast thing. So this is where it gets interesting because you have this stuff. Wait, don't get ahead of me. They also sent us a very nice Germex bottle for our stinky hands. I guess this could be used for any liquid, but I'm going to use it for Germex. Okay, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So they sent us these lav kits.
Okay.
So they sent us first the mic hiding kit. What's that one?
The outdoor mic.
And then the outdoor mic kit. So this one is for hiding your microphones. Let's see what it says. It comes with a lav concealer, a fur outdoor invisible lav color, a moleskin lav color, invisible lav tape, invisible skin tape, lav concealer tape, and one accessory case, which is this. So that's sick.
That's awesome.
And then the outdoor mic kit. What's in here? A wind bubble, lav microphones, a cable saver. That's sick.
Cable saver is nice.
And then a mic accessory case. So that's this as well. So there's 2 of those each. So we each get to take one home.
Wow.
Thank you, Bubblebee.
Thank y'all, guys. This is huge for the program.
You have no idea how much this thing, when I go to the UK, hopefully, because it's mad windy there. And look at the detailing on this.
Yeah, that's incredible.
It's leather. It's got, bro, this is actually the most insane dead cat I've ever seen. I'm not exaggerating. We are not being paid to say this.
100%.
And
y'all saw me review the last
y'all saw
time.
what we reviewed the last mail time when we reviewed Fruga. Not to be haters, but
Yeah, that is. I'm not gonna lie. This is some of the nicest stuff I've ever seen. If you are in the need for any audio
and these
services,
interestingly enough, they're apparently super professionals. They have a lot of other products, but these are for the Rode Lav 2s, which is what I have. So I literally sent them a list of what I have, and they were like, great, we'll send you some stuff. So they put us together a custom package.
incredible.
So if you want the same, head on over to Bubble Industries. I think their website's on here. Let me check, make sure it's bubbleindustries.com. Bubblebeeindustries.com. There you go.
So nice.
Bubble. That's so exciting. Well, thank you, Bubblebee.
They'll be sponsored.
Yeah.
Drop the link
Appreciate you
down
so
below.
much. We'll leave your link in the description. And thanks so much. Any other people who want to send us equipment for our short film, we'd be much thankful because
Short film. Okay, so let's say on the short film, the due date is March 27th. So
which I don't think is going to happen.
it has to. It's due.
Have you reached out to the guy?
I have to write the script. I feel like I have to have a script done, right?
Yeah. I thought you wrote the script the other day.
I'm like halfway done.
Bro, so listen, me and Luke have a little different. We prioritize things a lot differently than each other. So Luke will tell me he's doing something, and I'm like, oh, great, that means this. It doesn't mean that. What it means to him is a completely different thing. So Luke,
Okay, but to be fair, if I just wrote the entire script today, it would have sucked. Like
I did an entire script in like 40 minutes, and it's awesome.
You said the story, you had the script's not.
Well, I didn't write the script, actually. I wrote the story.
Yeah, I'm writing the script, like, it's scene by scene. Like, it's taking a second.
You make a good point. But, so he was like, I'm writing the script, and then actively was texting me a bunch of links to random videos and stuff. And I was like, so you're not writing the script?
Wait, what was the links? They were important, though.
I don't know, bro.
Something.
But all I know is you told me you were writing the script, and then all of a sudden...
All I'm saying is I have someone in mind to play the part in the short film. If I can somehow figure out a way to get what's in my mind into reality, we're going to win the short film competition.
That's the thing. That's my thing is, like, we all have these grand ideas, and it's like the hardest part is
getting it
out
done,
there.
You know?
And I think that's what... I think it was Peter McKinnon who said it. Where you got to eliminate the amount of time. Well, a lot of people have said this, but Peter McKinnon said it recently. You really got to eliminate the time between when you have the idea and when you make it.
Yeah.
And that's what we have to do because
we
literally
literally are.
We only have a month.
A little over, but.
Well, by the time this gets out.
Yeah, it'll be a month.
Basically a month. So, whew, yikes.
I don't know. I'm so excited because, like, I haven't never started, like, a project. I mean, obviously, I guess, yeah, this big. Well, I don't know. It was mine, though. Like, a project that was just for me. And
right. Like, because essentially Luke is writing it. And, I mean, I'm be real. I'm just kind of there.
You're DP, and I'm putting you to work.
Well, I know. But that's, like, my sweet spot.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of hard labor of, like, there's some things that come really naturally to me and really unnaturally to Luke and vice versa. And I'm really in my sweet spot. Like, this is why we arrange the jobs the way we do. Like, lighting is Luke's thing. Sound, my thing. Video, setting up cameras, kind of my thing. Like, being safe with equipment, definitely my thing.
Viral content, kind of my thing.
Kind of your thing. And so we, like, set ourselves up for success in this duo.
True.
And usually duos don't, I mean, honestly, they don't really work that well.
Oh, wait, you know what? We can announce on this podcast our company because it'll drop the day before.
Oh my! Wait, actually?
Yeah, that's right. It'll drop the day after. It'll like our company will be out Monday and this drops Tuesday.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're dropping a website. By the time you see this, it's called cortandluke.com. It should be live.
It will be live.
It will be live. We're doing our final touches. Well, okay.
Guys, I'm just saying.
I wouldn't say our final touches.
Let me say one thing. That we have wanted to do this for a while, and like working together, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of scary.
It's hard.
But like we actually build off each other very well.
We do. And our differences are made up by each other. Like Luke brings out the professional side in me, and I bring out the street smarts professional side of him.
100%.
Like he brings out the book smart professional, and then I bring out the street smart. How are we actually going to make this work? And dude, we made it freaking work. We've always wanted to work together. Weren't really sure how it was going to happen. We've always wanted to own a studio together. Weren't really sure how this is going to happen. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not a very confident person when it comes to seeing a possibility in the future and actually believing it could be a possibility.
I'm the biggest dreamer in the world. Though. Like I will see something a mile away, but getting there to me sometimes like it's harder for me. But the vision's always there.
The vision, well, yeah, I agree. The vision's always there, but actually believing that it can happen in its full regard. I think this is the first time that we've really struck gold in terms of having the ability to do something, having the knowledge to do it, and having the finances to do it at the exact same time.
I know.
And it's a great time to be
like
us right now. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like we are about
not gonna sugarcoat it.
Like also, it's because like we've done this creative thing for so long, but like we're also like starting to get like business and like real world experience. And like I'm ready to start signing clients, man. I'm ready to
feel
start
like
grinding on Google Ads.
I was telling everyone, like, this is the first time I really feel like I don't have imposter syndrome about something, where I actually know what I'm doing before I do it, and I don't have to look something up at all. Yeah. Like, usually I don't really have to Google stuff because my workflow is extremely similar and streamlined, but this is the first time where I've taken on an entirely new project from start to finish, and I haven't had to watch a YouTube tutorial about it.
Yeah.
And it's a great feeling. And so cortandluke.com is coming out. It's going to have links to all of our episodes, which is not extremely useful, but it is helpful for, like, we do have an older audience, like, that exists. Like, we do have a 65-plus crowd, and so sometimes they prefer to go to just a website instead of, like, youtube.com. Or like they prefer to have something where they don't have to sign in. So that it plays a key part with that. But we also started this hosting company where we're hosting people's podcasts for them, and essentially
on location.
You're getting the exact same quality and quantity of stuff that we do ourselves.
You're getting all of our experience knowledge, SEO knowledge, website knowledge, podcasting knowledge, video expertise, equipment. Everything comes to you. All you have to do is show up. Everything else is taken care of.
And I think kind of the tagline is almost like so convenient people will think it's done in-house. Like that's kind of like
that's the goal. Like we don't want you to have to travel to our studio. We don't want you to have to buy all the equipment yourself. Like, hey, we're coming to you. We are bringing all of the gear to you. We're going to set up in your business to where it gives you your own original look, your own original homey feel.
Like from ground zero, from not having a font to not having a logo, and to like literally if you had an idea for a podcast, wrote it down on paper, we can go from there and make everything else happen for you.
Because so many companies don't have the ability to hire a full-time marketing person or hire this or hire that. Like we are coming into you and we're going to say, hey, like your social media, like let us handle that with you because we're going to provide you the social clips from your podcast are going to work. And companies a lot of times don't realize the value of having like a company podcast can be. Yeah. Like that is the way that you're reaching so many people. And obviously like there's a difference between audio and video podcasts, but the benefit of a video podcast is your ability to get onto social media and cut it into shorts.
Right.
And everyone will tell you that's the way you grow a podcast is video
Exactly.
podcast.
That's like over half of our subscribers on YouTube have come from shorts.
Yes.
Which is crazy because, I mean, you would think like the podcast is the main deal, but in reality, the work that Luke does with the shorts is even more important.
Well, and the thing is, like, YouTube is the only podcasting platform that works for you and, like, promotes your content.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon.
iHeart doesn't do it.
The only thing it does is help your Google searches, and that's it.
Yes.
Which stinks.
Like, literally the only way someone can find your podcast on those other platforms is going to the search bar.
Right.
And if they don't know what your podcast is, no one's going to do it. So it literally is just word of mouth, hey, go listen to my podcast. But YouTube is like a literal like baby you get to grow.
It really does. And the only way to do it is through consistency and perseverance. And we've officially hit that line where we know, like, hey, if we keep doing this, it's going to work. And so we're ready to bring that to other companies. And we're extremely excited about it because, I mean, it could fund our lives. And this is what we love to do. So it's super cool. The website is going to be live, I believe,
Monday.
when you're watching this.
Yeah.
But we're also going to have a whole nother side of the website, which is cortandluke.com/Cort and then cortandluke.com/Luke. And those are going to house every single project that me and Luke work on individually, every single portfolio that we have. Client galleries are going to go through there. So we're just going to have a much more streamlined workflow when it comes to accounting, finances, galleries, like deliverables. Everything is going to go through that website. And I mean, it's an extremely professional look for us now, which we're not used to. We're very run and gun shooters. I literally am, like, our camera's being weighed down with 2 Nalgene bottles. Like, this is not something that, like, professionalism is not really something that gets you extremely far in the niche that we're in. But now we have the resources to bring that to the table and sit down with bigger clients, and we're finally ready to do it. And I think we're at an age where we're not really scared to do that anymore, which is
cool. And like I'm also like not scared to voice my opinion. You know, I'm tired of respectfully like older people telling me this is how I have to edit videos. Like I was literally in a meeting. I don't know if I'm gonna say it. I was in a meeting in some random time that was maybe not recent or in the past, and this guy was like, "Yeah, like you did too many jump cuts," and I was like, "No, respectfully, like 10 years ago, like jump cuts were a bad thing, but like for social media, they're very much a good thing."
Yeah, it's engaging.
And yes, and like I was like, if I don't do that, I'm gonna lose my audience's attention so fast. And so like respectfully, like the younger generation kind of knows how to do this better now.
Yeah. I had someone once tell me that if you have someone speaking in the background and you put an establishing shot of that person speaking in the front of the video, that it's confusing. And yeah,
fair enough.
Just let you sit on that one for a little bit, because I've really been sitting with that one for a while.
Yeah,
now.
I do. You know what I want you to talk about for a little bit?
I'm
the
ready.
importance of close, medium, and wide shots.
Dude, I'm learning this. So I have been very spoiled to have my dream lenses for about 4 years now. I wouldn't say my dream lenses, but they came in the form of a little child, and it birthed into the love of my life, which is the 24-105 f4 IS L series lens. And that lens will go with me everywhere. I will never sell it. I got it at a steal of a deal from Michael, who was on this podcast. And
until you get the 24-105
f2.8. Then I'll still keep the f4 though.
Yeah.
Because that taught me that a lot of TVs actually shot at f5.6, and shooting at a high f-stop is really okay, and you should do it more. And
that's so true. You know, I literally really I feel like when I started, I bet you a lot of other photographers,
we all crank it to 1.8.
Because like the more light you think, the better. And also, I guess when you're on worse bodies, you kind of have to, because
you should. Honestly, you should.
Yeah.
But when it comes to, like, at the end of the day, dude, invest in some lights. Like, that's coming from a guy who owns no lights, but who has a friend who he works with who owns lights. So therefore, it doesn't matter.
Lights are so important.
But back to the close, medium, wide stuff is when you get a set of primes, your first set of cinema primes, especially when it comes to cinema primes with an extremely horrible minimum focal distance, you'll realize extremely fast how important close, medium, and wide shots are, because the minimum focal distance is limiting, but it's limiting in a good way, because all of a sudden when you're on a corporate shoot and you need that fine detail, boom, you're putting on your 150 millimeter and you can still be out of the way of the client, and like your craft department or your prop master is not going to be like, get away from my JBL speaker that you're shooting or whatever. That's just a random idea, but that's one that I'm thinking of. And close, medium, and wides, like if you go back and watch classic movies, I mean, this one just comes to mind, but Stanley Kubrick, like any movie that he makes, in my mind, is an extremely good example of close, medium, wide, and establishing shots, specifically 2001 and The Shining. I mean, if you go look at those films, I think essentially it's a close, medium, wide, the entire movie, like literally going in that order. And then the amount of establishing shots in 2001: A Space Odyssey is just such a flex because you don't get bored during them. And I think that's kind of a lost art, and especially something that I've never done, which anything that I talk about this podcast is literally just me projecting because I'm like horrible at all the stuff that I talk about, and I want to be better at it, which is why I'm talking about it, so I can speak it into my mind and rehash it. But
what do you think?
Establishing shots are important, and they're a lost art, and I need to get better.
Yeah, and I will say the wide shot too for a reeling scene. It's something that I've really been focusing on too. Because I feel like I never shot wide, but I just got my 16mm lens, and like now I'm like in love with wide shots.
And the enlightenment that I felt discovering anamorphic as a freshman in high school when I realized, oh, Wes Anderson isn't just using an extremely wide-angle lens on every shot to get those curves.
Yep.
He is actually using a way better lens. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I
didn't know anamorphic existed until like last month, guys.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
Because you're learning, and we're still young.
I can't put it down now.
You can't. Once you buy one, bro. I saw a guy. I shot for his band, and I think he just got one. He got 33mm 1.8. I'm like, dang, boy. Like, you're going to love that thing. And my thing is, Siri keeps dropping all these banger lenses. They just dropped a 1.8 set. I think they're full frames.
My one complaint with the Siri ones is like the 1.6 stretch factor.
I love it.
It's like, I feel like it's not as big as other ones.
It's not. Like
my I feel like it's like so tiny.
Right. But 1.6, I mean, dude, if you want to get to the heart of anamorphic and go all in, boom, 1.6.
Is that actually?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not what a movie is shot on, though, right?
Usually 1.4.
Okay.
But, like, in my mind, like, I bought anamorphic lenses so they'd be wholeheartedly anamorphic.
Yeah.
Please stop brushing your mustache with my microphone. That's disgusting. And so, therefore, I want that 1.6. I'm even going to get a 2X.
Really?
Because I really want to have, what would that be? 2 times 38. It would be about 7,900 pixels wide on the x-axis.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
That'd be crazy.
So essentially, if you took an 8K sensor, I don't know the dimensions of 8K. I think it's like 4080 or something. I'm gonna look that up. But basically, if you took like the R5C's 8K sensor and shot at it, let's see. We'll keep talking. They're gonna get bored.
Yeah, talking about stretching. I'm not gonna lie. He's talking about math, and I'm not the biggest math guy, but I will say math is. You know what? I've also
8K dimensions. Got it. 7680. Okay, let's see. 7680 times 2.
That would be wild.
15,360 pixels across.
Yeah,
dude. That literally would be life-changing. Because you could shoot horizontally and crop like 19 different shots vertically. And when I say 19, I'm totally exaggerating. But you get my point. And with PL mount, if you get a PL mount lens, hear me out. Take the anamorphic, you mount it the other way. Then you can shoot vertical content.
Yes.
Anamorphic with 15,000 pixels.
Crazy.
Deep.
Yeah.
Like, how much more can you ask for on a full frame sensor with 12-bit color?
That's true.
What a world we live in.
Insane. You know what I'm really mad about? So, for those other of you who are in the marketing industry, like, how many of you relate with me? Like, we chose marketing because we weren't good at math in school, and we were like, oh, fine, it's fine, I'll just do marketing.
Right.
And then you get into an actual marketing job, and, like, your
entire
job is math. Like, literally, Google Ads, managing money, ad spend, A/B testing, how much money are you going to put towards this? Then you get into, like, video editing, and you're trying to do, like, aspect ratios. Oh, that's math. And then Photoshop, and you're trying to do, like, circles and geometry. Oh, wait, that's math. And you have to, like, align everything on, like, new pages and graphic design. Oh, that's even more math.
In our defense, it's all basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Yeah, but it's still, like, so, like, oh, my gosh, you know?
Yeah, it is a lot of numbers. Just today, I think the amount of numbers that I have on my desk, I keep a wall of sticky notes in front of my desk. I think it kind of makes me look like I know what I'm doing, but it's also helpful because it's basically a cheat sheet for all my settings. And I have all my Premiere settings for everything I've ever shot, like every different aspect ratio, every different screen I've ever shot for, to an extent, I keep on this wall of sticky notes. And the amount of numbers on that thing, bro, and percentages.
You know what else I realized?
Because percentages, once you get into aspect ratios in Premiere, you might as well memorize the percentage, because then you can just copy that percentage to all your clips.
That's true. You know what I've been doing? Memorizing the hashtag color for colors.
Hex codes.
So many. I have all of ours hex colors memorized. We're hashtag 29 ADD 23.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Golly, dude. When is this podcast gonna get like interesting? Just kidding. Our viewership is 80% male for a reason.
Dude, I was in a marketing meeting today, and we were just like quoting like so many numbers, and like everyone except for me and like one other guy was like literally like I'm completely lost, because we were talking about making a new website, which starting from scratch, and so I was like, so literally I was like, so we're just gonna use only SEM, no SEO, because there's no point in SEO because we're not going to get any traction because it's a brand new website. So we're never going to rank high. He's like, yeah, it's literally for SEM. And he's like, we're going to put these numbers here. And then everyone's just like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh. That sounds awful.
But no, that's one of the things like I will say like I've fallen in love with is like SEO marketing, like SEM marketing, email marketing, which like with our new website.
Dude, email marketing is such a lost art to me.
We're about to get so good at emails and blogs and like
Luke is turning me up to actually be a good writer.
Our LinkedIn too is about to go so hard. Like if you want to follow good business content, our LinkedIn page is about to be so good.
That is a thing. Like we've talked about this before. Feel free to copy us because go ahead.
Yeah.
Like we aren't scared.
No.
Come at us. And
go ahead. When I tell you the amount of research that I've done into the competition in the field that we're about to step into.
Go ahead and copy us because the amount of research, basically he does all the research and then I literally text him. I'm like, hey, what can I do today? He gives me a list of things. And then I literally just go absolutely ham for like, for like 2 hours. I'll literally sit down and like sit with my my laptop and just like sit at home and for like hours. And do I know what I'm doing to the fullest extent? Absolutely not. But do I know that it works? Yes, because bro is constantly sending me YouTube links of like, here's how to do this, here's how to do this, here's how to do this. Is the most obscure stuff. It almost rides that line of like the dude who owns a Bugatti who's like, here's how to get a Bugatti in 90 days. Yeah. Like it rides that line, but it's also like this is proven. We know it works, and like these are theories, but they are proven theories. It's a crazy world out there.
It literally like I also other things I've realized being like this age is like the world is so much less big than we thought it was. And what I mean by that is like it's not that hard to like get contact people or like it sounds like weird to like make it, but like I know so many people that are like no, I'm just gonna ignore that. But like what I mean by this is like how do I explain what I mean? Because it's in my head.
I just think like we live in the age of information, so accessibility is an option, and if you have the perseverance to do it, then you're gonna be fine.
That, but like also yes, but what I mean by like the world is so much smaller than we thought is like people running like these events, like people.
Oh right, like, they're just
the people putting together like these big music festivals are just people literally just like us.
They're 30-year-olds,
literally, and like then you think like the people like running like these huge like IBM conferences or like these like AI conferences. Like, they're just booking, like, people to come and talk, and, like, the people, like, putting it together are just normal people. And so it's like, you just email them, like, hey, can I do this? And most of the time, they're like, sure.
Yeah, the amount. So we're currently looking for corporate sponsors to sponsor the podcast. Not all monetarily. A lot of them we're looking for, like, hey, in exchange for this, you get an ad slot. And so I've been sending, like, 40 emails a day.
Yes.
Of, like, personalized emails of, hey, like, this is how I heard about your company. This is what we do, and here's how you can get involved. And, dude, we're at, like, a 30% response rate.
That's what I'm telling you.
Which I'm not saying we're getting 30% bookings of corporate sponsors, because, as you can see, we only have 2 right now. But,
dude, but, like, that's one of the most important things, I think, new creatives or, like, anything you're doing in life, what you do is, like, just reach out to people. Because, like, Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, someone wants to like you miss like 99% of the shots you
Michael Scott.
Yeah, that's what he said. And you know what else that I heard someone else add? You also miss 99% of the shots that you do take.
That's
so
true.
You better start shooting because like you're gonna be missing. And like that's so true. Like for when I got in the concert world, in the concert industry, I got rejected, and I still get rejected every single day.
It's like rock climbing. Like, you realize how bad you are every single day.
100%. Like, people choose other people over me all the time. You know what? It's like
you
have to have thick skin in this industry.
Especially with, like, weddings and stuff, when it's someone's most personal day of their life, it's hard to not like take that extremely seriously. Like I had a mishap with a wedding I shot where one of the cards didn't get fully delivered, or it did get delivered but it didn't get copied. And they sent me the stuff today and they were like, here's a gallery. And I was like, dang, man, where are all my photos? And like for a second I was like, shoot, like am I bad at this? Like what did I do? And then I realized like, oh shoot, like they just didn't get the good half of my photos. And I was like, okay, here. I sent them all my photos. They're like, oh wait, just from the ones that because basically how the wedding industry works with deliverables and second shooters is they deliver the stuff, but then like you can post after they deliver the gallery, but then everything you post has to be in the gallery so that people don't get their feelings hurt and are contacting the main photographer being like, oh, hey, where's this photo? Like I saw it on so-and-so's Instagram, but we don't have it. Okay, we also have to turn off the camera in 1 minute. I'm telling you, dude, this needs to be a long episode because, okay, we're going to turn off the camera, but basically I sent them the list of photos I wanted to post, and they were like, wait, even in these ones, there's good stuff. So that freed up my soul a little bit because I was like, holy cow, I'm not bad at my job. So, yeah. Okay, we'll be back in like 2 minutes.
We bill more an hour than some of the lawyers do at the firm.
Okay, we got to move on.
Can we address that in this?
We literally just got that on recording.
Good. I'm going to be honest.
No. Listen, Luke is over here dreaming big that we'll get 10 clients by the summer.
No, by December. 5 by summer.
You said 10 by summer earlier.
I said it could happen.
I don't think it's
I said I'm not going to set our KPI for that. I'm going to set it lower. You're supposed to set reasonable
KPI, schmapi. I got to go to the potty eye. So we're going to wrap this episode up. It's been a long one.
Go check out our new website.
It's been a good one. We started attaching the end pages on YouTube, so they should be popping up now. YouTube thinks, I don't know. I think it's right here actually.
Right here.
YouTube thinks you'll like one of these videos, and here's the subscribe button or something. So please subscribe.
Karate chop that subscribe button.
Please leave a comment, and we have a new email. So
contact at Cort.
No. I didn't want to tell everyone. They can find it. They can find it easily.
Go find it.
But CortandLuke.com coming to you soon.
If you drop a comment on the video, we'll address it in the next video.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually true. If you leave listener submissions
on YouTube,
on Spotify too,
and Spotify.
And also don't forget to rate us on Spotify because that's extremely helpful.
Please.
What are you doing, dude? You're gonna mess up the recording.
Oh, sorry, I'm ADHD.
Okay, we're gonna get out of here. We gotta tear out these lights because we don't have a studio. Bye.
Yet.